from herself, wrapping it in a luminous cloud, so that none of the other aeons might witness her shame. But here's where the story takes a turn that should shake every religious person to their core. This deformed entity, this accident of cosmic proportion, possessed something crucial, inherited from his mother Sophia, the power to create. Yet he lacked entirely the wisdom, the balance, the divine harmony that comes from proper emanation within the Pleroma's structure. He was, in essence, a god with tremendous power, but absolutely no understanding of his place in the cosmic hierarchy. Cut off from the divine realm above, surrounded by the void, this being looked around and saw nothing else. No other gods, no higher powers, no divine light streaming from the ultimate source. And in his profound ignorance, he reached a conclusion that would echo through millennia of human religious experience. He declared, and I want you to really hear this, I am God, and there is none beside me. Does that phrase sound familiar? It should, because this being, whom the Gnostic texts call Yaldabaoth, Saklas, or Samael, is the very entity that billions of people worship today as the supreme God, the Yahweh of the Hebrew Bible, the Jehovah of Christianity, the Lord of Genesis, who walks in the garden and demands absolute obedience, the jealous God of the Old Testament, who tolerates no rivals and rules through fear. The Gnostics understood something that mainstream Christianity worked desperately to suppress. The God of the Hebrew Bible is not the ultimate divine source, but rather a deluded cosmic entity who genuinely believes he is supreme because he cannot perceive the true divine hierarchy that exists infinitely above him. It's like someone born in a basement who has never seen the sky declaring themselves ruler of the universe.
Oh, he knows about it. Remember Isaiah 14:14? He knows about it. These Gnostics, they off a little bit. They're close. For deception, maybe pride, I don't know. Gnostics are on to it a little bit.
This is why the Gnostic texts refer to him as the demiurge, literally craftsman in Greek. He doesn't create in the true sense, bringing something from absolute nothingness through pure divine will. Instead, he works like a craftsman, reshaping and molding pre-existing materials. The material universe we inhabit isn't a creation.
See, pre-existing changes what the Most High originally created. Mingles, mixes, genetics, Genesis 6.
Ex nihilo by the ultimate God. It's a flawed copy,
Yeah.
a shadow realm,
Yep.
constructed by a being who is himself trying to imitate the divine realm he cannot perceive. Think about the implications here.
He can see it. He knows about it. It's not alien to him. He just got us fooled.
When Yaldabaoth looked into the void and decided to fashion a cosmos, he was working from a
And I'm the cosmos, the flat Earth, the globe Earth. I'm sorry. So that's his cosmos, outer space.
place of fundamental
Bark at the Moon, Ozzy Osbourne.
ignorance. He created what he thought a divine realm should look like, but having never seen the true Pleroma, his creation became a distorted reflection, containing elements of beauty inherited from Sophia's divine nature, but twisted by his own limitations and arrogance. The secret book.
And see, Sophia, that's the wisdom he had. He had wisdom. He was the Most High Angel, wasn't he? Oh, no, I ain't trying to sound blasphemous, but he was the top angel. Samael, Saklas. Let us make man in our image. Book of Judas.
John describes how Yaldabaoth established 7 planetary heavens, each ruled by an archon, lesser entities he created to help govern his material kingdom. These archons became the planetary.
And what does the Vikings say? See, the Norse use a lot of the true belief, but they've distorted it.
That trap human souls in cycles of reincarnation.
Revelation 19:21, Revelation 20 verse 5. Yeah, there's a legit deal with it.
Keeping us bound to material existence and preventing our return to the true divine realm above. Every time you die and are reborn, you're passing through their domain, subject to their influence. But here's what makes this even more staggering. Early Christians knew this. The Gnostic Christians understood that Jesus came not as the son of Yaldabaoth, but as an emissary from the true divine realm, the Pleroma, sent to awaken humanity to the reality of our spiritual imprisonment. They knew that the angry, jealous, vengeful God of the Old Testament was not the ultimate divine source, but rather the cosmic jailer keeping humanity trapped in ignorance. This is why Gnostic texts were systematically destroyed. This is why Gnostic teachers were persecuted and killed. This knowledge that the God worshipped by mainstream Judaism and Christianity is actually a deluded cosmic entity was too dangerous to let survive.
Yep.
It undermined the entire power structure of organized religion.
Yep.
The testimony of truth puts it bluntly, but the God of the Jews, who gave the law, is the ruler of the Sabbath, and his power is defective because he is only the demiurge. The hypostasis of the archons goes further, explaining that when this false god declared, "I am God, and there is none beside me," a voice came from above saying, "You are wrong, Samael," which means blind God. When you read the Old Testament with this understanding, everything shifts into focus.
Wake
The
up.
God who demands blood sacrifice.
Yes.
Who orders genocide.
Exactly.
Who punishes humanity for
Exactly.
seeking knowledge.
Exactly.
Who becomes enraged when people worship other gods.
Exactly.
This isn't the behavior of the ultimate divine source.
No, it's not.
Characterized by perfect love
That's right.
and wisdom. This is the behavior of a territorial, insecure entity who
Yep.
fears losing control over his domain.
Yep.
The beauty in our world, the moments of transcendence, love, creativity, and spiritual yearning, these come from Sophia's divine essence that permeates creation.
And Samael, Yaldabaoth, Seklas, he had that wisdom. And Sophia can be used for good or bad. So Samael used Sophia for bad, the woman. Revelation 12:15, the very same woman that the devil spewed flood out of his mouth to carry away. Mud flood buildings, destroyed all these buildings. So Samael, whatever his real name is, when he was released from the pit, he had to go around destroying the true Sophia from the Most High. Destroy it. All these old buildings, Tartaria, Sophia. That's the wisdom of God, the woman. Revelation 12:15. And then the Old Testament. Bind her around thy neck. Look that up somewhere like that. Or just type in wisdom as a woman in the Bible. Yeah, Christianity worships Satan. They've had us deceived since birth. And our grandparents before them, and our grandparents before them, and their grandparents before them. God bless.